Hello there, I'm Project YBTFC, but if you think those letters are a mouthful, then just call me Project Letters. My pseudonym is Wiz. Now this might be the least qualified discussion of Sonic Scrunch you've ever heard, considering I wasn't there. I was an attendee of the live stream that Emma did, and I was a moderator on that, and I also turned up as a picture, but I wasn't actually there in the flesh. This means I unfortunately can't speak from any experiences I had there, but I can say this is the first time that the sheer size of the Tally Hall fan base has been shown in all its glory. Even back when they were active, there wasn't this much hype for them. Now this isn't to say that they weren't completely aware that their fan base had been growing. It's clear they've stated it multiple times. The difference here though is that everyone who attended Sonic Scrunch had to care enough about the band to want to attend a live show with just 3 of the members. And it is very clear that Andrew, even with the knowledge that his fan base had been growing, did not expect this many people to turn up. You have to remember that Sonic Launch is just a small local event. Having people from all over America turn up is wild enough, let alone from places like Saudi Arabia. And on top of that, it didn't just end at people attending, but at people waiting in line for ages just to get things signed by them. It must have been insane. Andrew and friends had opened for Jukebox the Ghost before, so why was him opening for Antoine Stanley bigger than those previous events? In part, the credit definitely goes to Matthew Artruda and his hype that he built for it. But in my opinion, the hype he built in his radio show would have meant nothing if it weren't for the creators surrounding him taking what he did and transforming it. Tally Ball, Amazing Purple Girl, Emma Matronics, and Peridot Person's news, theories, and updates definitely played a role in building the hype for this event. And I seriously can't thank those members of the community enough for that. There's really work to show the members just how much we appreciate them, and that's a great thing really. As for next year, I can't wait to see what's in store, but it's very unlikely that I'll be attending. I live in the UK, and next year I'll only be 17. This means flying to America is just not really something on the table. I never like to say never, but I would not bank any money on it. It is a shame, as I know it was life-changing for a lot of people, and would be life-changing for me too. I can imagine for those that did go this year, it was a really magical experience to be surrounded by people who love the same music as you, watching a band you never thought you'd see live. And to that, all I have to say is, oh my god, all I need is £900 and a trusted adult. Can somebody just give that to me? It's all I need. So in conclusion, as an outsider, Sonic Launch really showed that we as a community rock. So keep up the good work.
Hi, my name's Julia. It was on my shirt. There's so much that I could say, but I fear that it's going to end up being a broken record. I, like many other people, was so worried leading up to Sonic Launch. I was worried about what might happen. I mean, there's always been tensions. There's tensions in any fandom, but I noticed it particularly actually leading up. And I wasn't the only one kind of paranoid about what could happen. It's so easy to focus on the what ifs. What if it goes wrong? What if it's terrible? What if everyone is screaming at each other? What if people, whatever. But what if it goes right? And that's what happened. It went so right. It was such a privilege to get to be able to go, because I came from the west coast of Canada, so I did like over 8 hours of travel to get there. I'm not trying to flaunt it, but just like it was, not a very simple process. It wasn't as simple as driving a state over or over the lake or whatever. And I'm so grateful that I could go and meet all of these people. Everyone who I met was so nice and so kind, and it was so wonderful to be able to share that space. I think there's something about live music and art in general that obviously brings people together. Yay, human connection. But there was a certain sort of buzz that was I'm so lucky to have been able to experience it in person. And I think there are friendships that I made that will forever transcend the Tally Hall space. I've made some wonderfully fantastic friends, some great people in my life and my corner. I got to meet a portion of the people that I look up to, which is crazy, and have them validate my artwork, which was also crazy. And just to spend that time. And there's so much also just about Ann Arbor and their arts and music scene that is so important to me and resonated very strongly with me as an artist. That is a whole separate tangent that could be done later. We don't need that. This is not the video, but this is just to focus on Sonic Launch. It was a wonderful time. It was a ball. I think everyone who went can take away something hugely positive from it. I think everyone had a great time, and it was such a privilege to be a part of the group, to be able to say, hey, I went to Sonic Launch 2024. And I got more than just a stupid t-shirt. It was fantastic. I had a ball. Thank you to everyone who went, and even the people who weren't there. I feel like it's cliche to say you were there in spirit, but you got to enjoy it still. And, it's great to see what might come. And I think it was a nice little reboot moment. Turn it on, turn it off again. Turn it off and turn it on again, sorry, for the fandom. So, yeah.
Tails Eating Nails wrote, I wasn't able to attend, but seeing and hearing everyone sing on the live stream was so sweet. I think it was really awesome how happy they all seemed on stage, and they all did beautifully. Hopefully there will be another Sonic Lunch that I can attend, but I'm glad seeing them perform again.
Honestly, the first half of Sonic Lunch, the fun of it was, of course, meeting Andrew, Ross, and Bora. Because before that, they were kind of just like myths, to say the least. I've only seen like year-old videos of them just talking, playing stuff. They were sort of legends to me, and maybe some other people. The other half of it was, meeting all the people that were there, meeting other Tally Hall fans, because it's a pretty niche community. The people there were like the first fans of Tally Hall that I've met in real life. I exchanged so many phone numbers, so many Discords with them. It was honestly crazy. The people I still talk to, it was awesome. It was so nice to just, meet new people, get out there, drive up to Michigan, see Andrew and friends playing some of our favorite songs. Honestly, I think it's pretty funny that maybe not. I believe that they don't really know how popular they are. I think I remember some of them saying like they think it's crazy how so many people still remember the songs, like they're just old relics, but they're not. They're on Spotify. They're for the new generation to listen to now. Yeah, that's what I think.
Silly cat-enthusiast on YouTube wrote, I went there with my friend, and naturally we had an awesome time. And dude, the performances were amazing, and I am insanely thankful I got to see some of the tallies in person. And everyone there was so nice. There was a fellow Tally Hall fan who came up to me and my friend and was giving out Tally Hall themed bracelets. I will treasure my greener bracelet forever. Not only was I overjoyed to witness the members of my favorite band perform, but was made 100 times better by meeting all of these awesome strangers who share the same love of Tally Hall. My friend and I waited in line to meet Andrew and Ross, but sadly weren't able to. But when we were out of line, a staff member at Sonic Lunch told us how Bora was over in another area, and we got to go meet him. He was so nice, and I got him to sign a piece of wood I had in my bag for some reason. Overall, it was such a special experience.
Hi, it's Naif from Saudi Arabia. To be fully honest, I don't think I could ever get around to talking about Sonic Lunch without immediately getting emotional, because it was truly one of the best days of my life. Obviously for me, because I live in a completely different country, I had to really work to get there, and I really do believe that it was worth it. Despite everything, it was truly worth it. Getting to see Andrew Horowitz, who is, by the way, my favorite Tally Hall member, sing Sketches songs live. And Sketches is one of my favorite albums. It is my favorite album, period. And getting to meet him and tell him how important his music is to me, and getting to talk to Matthew and obviously Bora and Ross, and meeting so many like-minded fans, and I made so many friends from that day. And the trip to Marvin's afterwards, unforgettable. Absolutely unforgettable. I'll never forget the friends I made that day. I'll never forget the memories I made that day. I'll never forget the music I heard that day. Truly Sonic Lunch will live on in my memory as one of the best, most precious moments in my life. Peace out.
I had the huge pleasure of going to Sonic Lunch last month, and it was honestly the safest place I've ever been in. Everyone was so nice. Everyone there, I loved listening to music. It felt like everybody just had the same vibe of just enjoying life. And, I thought, this is paradise. I really do love the Tally Hall community, and I'm so happy that I got to see my favorite band, or even half of my favorite band, play live together. That was a magical experience, and I have to thank the entire Tally Hall community.
I've said it before, and I'm sure you've heard me say it plenty of times on this podcast alone. Sonic Lunch was a truly amazing experience, and I had a great time just meeting people there and seeing people that I'd only known previously online. And if something happens next year, I hope I'll be there.
Natasha Cooper wrote, As I couldn't go because I live in Brazil, I went to school wearing my purple tie. It was nothing much, but I was happy.